Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG World 2019. We are back with a brand new expanded deck. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like, it really helps out the channel. And if you are live with me on Twitch, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. So we are going to be reviewing Durant now. Durant is a really old card, all the way back from Noble Victories, I believe. And with its 70 HP and metal typing, doesn't look very impressive. However, the attack Devour. For each of your Durant in play, you discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Now that's a pretty cool attack. So up to 4 Durants can be used in order to discard 4 cards every single turn. So not only will your opponent be struggling to set up through the assault of disruption cards that we do run in this deck, but they will also be struggling to use a lot of their resources because you are going to discard a bunch of cards during the game. Now, the important thing here is to remember that Puzzle of Time has been banned. Therefore, all the resources that you do hit with Devour are very unlikely to get returned to any given deck. And even Oranguru is not a fail-safe against Durant because they put back 3 cards and then you discard 4. So even Oranguru is not that impressive. Leading with Oranguru can be a detriment, but I don't think Oranguru has been too popular lately. It probably should be, but there are ways in which you can delay or deny the Oranguru, and it's very unlikely that opponents will lead with that. Now, we have 2 Mews because Mew can copy Durant's attack Devour with its ability Memories of Dawn, and you also don't risk the Durant, so it's almost like you're playing 6 Durants on there. Although you aren't discarding 6 of the same card. Supporter-wise, we have 4 Cynthia to reshuffle and draw. We have 1 Faba, we have 1 Gladion, we have 1 N, we have 4 Juniper, we have 2 Teams Flare Grunt, and then we have 3 Team Rocket's Handiwork to help us with the discarding. Now that I think about this, I think I'm going to switch it up to this. N seems like a better supporter than Cynthia overall, so I'm gonna end up playing 2 of those for sure to make sure that pricing is not an issue. Gladion could be important as well for Durant, but we'll leave it as that. And then items wise, we have 4 Journey's Mail to accelerate the attack, we have 4 Nest Ball and 4 Level Ball to help us find our Durants, we have 4 Enhanced Hammer to deny item cards, special energy cards, we have 4 Rescue Stretcher to recover our Durants immediately, we have 2 Counter Catchers to mess with whatever they're trying to leave active or to attack us with, 1 Super Rod to recover energy as well as Durants, triple Trick Shovel so that we can help with the discarding as well with an item card, and then triple Versus Seekers to reuse the supporters we might need, along with the 1 life due that is our A spec, which allows us to essentially play a 7 priced card game with only GX attackers as long as the life due Pokemon gets knocked out, right? So let's make sure I save the changes of the N, and let's jump into a ladder and see if we can deck some people out. Now, the difference between this and like control decks, this is just all out. I'm going to try to deck you. There's nothing you can do about it, so you better take 6 prize cards in 6 turns, otherwise you are going to lose. So we'll see what happens. You crush Durant with Volcanion. Obviously, Volcanion is not a great matchup. However, with Blacksmith, Volcanion is as an obvious of an Nautilus as it gets, right? But I am not saying this is the end-all be-all deck in Expanded. It's just another option for those of you who enjoy playing this sort of decks. Yeah. So let's hopefully, even going second isn't terrible for this deck because you just get an immediate discard most of the time, right? We are going to mulligan, however, which is a bit sad. More than once actually, although our opponents did also mulligan once. So hopefully we only mulligan twice, and we seem to be up, I have no idea. Evo Soda, Skyfield, and Grass Energy. If I only saw Skyfield and Evo Soda, I would know I'm up against Durant. But the grass energy is a bit weird. Okay, finally we get a Mew. We did mulligan 3 times, so our opponent will get 2 extra cards. That's fine. Technically, they don't know what we are playing, which is good. This Juniper is going to be a bit harsh, however. Volcanion isn't a good deck by today's standard, indeed. Okay, so we're up against Zorg, the CDI, for expanded. So the good thing is my opponent will be using a lot of special energy, and therefore we should be able to deny that very nicely. The bad part is that getting one-hit KOs is not going to be I mean, it's not going to be hard for my opponent, and that the CDIs will actually, sorry I'm wiggling so much, that the CDIs are going to make it to where my opponent will be able to finish the game by taking less knockouts that way. So Trainer's Mail, I feel like N could be important at some point. Do I want to Juniper all of these away? Probably not, so I'm going to go ahead and Cynthia. Let's use this. Opponent's deck. Special charge is good, right? Getting rid of special charge is definitely good. Let's go ahead and grab a Durant. No Durant surprise, so that's a really good thing, right? That's really, really, really good. Totally attaching energy here. Do I want a Juniper though? I feel like I should Juniper actually. So maybe I shouldn't have grabbed anything off of the Trainer's Mail. Okay, turn 1 quad Durant. We will take that. We will take the turn 1 4 cards discard, and honestly, because my opponent already thinned with the Bridget, the potential to hit really good cards such as rare candies and other energy is definitely there. Such as wow. Okay, so we just hit 2 energy and a CDI. That is as good as you can hope for with a turn 1 Devour. That was really unfortunate for my opponent, really fortunate for us. Definitely can't complain. Definitely can't complain, because we have the immediate, like even if we lose the Mew, we have the immediate Enhance Hammer to get rid of the energy if he does find it. So we're gonna see another Ultra Ball, discarding Sycamore and Field Blower. Discarding Field Blower is really good because the Live 2, if and when we do find it, will be able to help us. And then no secrets, Mr. Pokelover. Yeah, no secrets. I forgot to make the changes to all full arts and secret rares for this deck. I'm surprised no one mentioned it before. I simply forgot. Yeah, I simply forgot to make those changes. So we're gonna see a Versus Seeker, turn away the Sudowoodo for a Sycamore. So, I mean, my opponent is even helping us out a little bit. Loses at the CDI, another Zorg, and an energy. So things are looking really good here, because that energy is not going for a Holo Hunt. There's the rare candy though. That's where it starts getting difficult. Potato, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Very kind of you. Did you know that you can actually cheer with M&Ms? But thank you so much. Very kind of you. Realgame.ca. This is not the first deck of the day. I have already played Archie's Blastoise so far. It's actually refreshing to see non-bling. Okay. So the idea is to deck him out. Yeah, we literally don't have any other good attack. We're not going to win by using Vice Grip for 30 damage a lot of turns. So the idea behind this is definitely to devour for as long as we can. Okay, so my opponent has 2 cards in hand. I wish I could attack those, but we cannot. So we can just hope to flip heads here. 1 heads is fine. Another DCE. Oh my gosh. That is actually ridiculously lucky. So we get rid of 6 cards this time around, and that's the last DCE. We've gotten rid, the Trick Shovel got rid of the special charge, and in 2 turns we've gotten rid of all 4 DCEs. All 4 DCEs. I guess this is a way to beat me by trapping a Durant in the active. I don't think we're losing this game though, for sure. We've discarded 4 DCEs. Looks like he won't be attacking. I mean, technically he shouldn't. He doesn't need to attack, right? There's 2 Decidueyes in the discard pile, right? So we know. Oh no, there isn't. He played Rescue Stretcher. Potato Woo, thank you so much for the M&Ms. Very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for the M&Ms. They're brand new. They're new from this from just this past weekend. I made them this past weekend. So people are still figuring them out. Because people kind of caught on to how much I like M&Ms and my alter Lego. Thank you so much for the follow. Okay, so triple Decidueye, see? Like, we are on a clock as well, technically, right? Technically. If we don't find an energy, we could be in a little bit of trouble. If we don't find an energy, we could potentially lose the game. But of course, I top deck the energy. What is this? I'm getting extremely, extremely lucky here. I'm not even going to need my enhanced hammers anymore this game. However, Rescue Stretcher could be important to just keep doing the 4 card devours every turn. So yeah. There you go. That was extremely lucky. He could have Hollow Hunted as well. I don't know how many grass energy he used in the deck. He discarded 1, right? He discarded 1 in the beginning, so so maybe Hollow Hunt wasn't even an option for him. We were too far ahead though. Like you hit 4 DCs in 2 turns, you get 2 DCs in the first Devour, that's just game over most of the time. And the special charge. And the special charge. I mean, yes, generally Durant is not a deck you play for or prepare against, right? It's not gonna be, if there's 1 Durant at Anaheim, I'll be very surprised. But hey, maybe this video will inspire people to use Durant. Right? Maybe. Who knows? So we mulligan again with 6 basics. It is expected. This was a pretty cool hand, actually. This was a pretty cool hand. Yeah, thank you so much, Potato Woo, for the 200 bits. Tama Drummer for the 300 bits. Dylan for the 150. Gus 112, the White Snake 100, Make Love, no, War Turtle 20, H2 Dolium 17, Tinichi 15, Silent Thunder 10, Zach Purgle 10. Thank you so much. Why did I decide to play Durant today? Because it's something that people might enjoy watching, right? Purely because of that. Now our hand sucks, so hopefully we'll be able to get a good top deck. My opponent's not happy to see the Durant, apparently. So let's go ahead and Team Rocket. Wow. We Team Rocket's handiwork. Okay, look, we already KO'd a Guardy. What? We already KO'd a Guardy. Turn 1. Oh gosh. My opponents are not happy with me today. Ninonen, you played this deck at Sindelfin Regionals? Really? That's cool. Last season, I imagine? Because there's no expanded tournaments in Europe this season, are there? I don't think there are. That was a super easy win. It's like Durant is munching on M&Ms, right? Durant is munching on cards and M&Ms. Alright, it's going yum 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 yum. Last season, yeah. He probably wins this, just didn't have the patience. I mean, with the hand that we had, we were not in a great spot. We were going to get a couple like discards perhaps, but not a lot. And Guardi GX attack works wonders indeed against Durant because it nullifies 2.5 of your full-fledged attacks. Not if you discard all the rare candies on the Kirlias though, which was the plan, I guess. Okay, so we need a good card to be prized. At least we're not giving away any mulligans this time. We see a Zorua. There's another Zorua. Peeking red card. I feel like this is an interesting hand to peek at. Because I do have the many Durants, but I also don't have a draw supporter. So it's difficult to say on whether you do want to or not. Okay, so he chooses to shuffle my hand. And I guess gets rewarded for it. Because we are going to lose disruption. We are going to lose disruption in the Enhanced Hammer and the Counter Catcher, and recovery in the Super Rod and the Versus Seeker. Wait, what? Flygun? Once during your turn before attack, you may choose either player. That player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck and draws 4 cards. What? What on earth are we actually playing against? That's just a slap in the face to top deck. That is just a slap in the face to top deck. Ooh, that's a good card to discard. And then we'll devour for 2. 2 TCs, please. Well, 1. We'll take 1. I'll definitely take 1. If we lose the Durant, though, this is where things start being weird. It's reverse karma for last game. What's the exact list I'm playing Ninonen? It might have been based on yours, honestly. It might have been based on yours. I found the list on Limitless, so it might have been based on yours. I do have Faba, I took out the Jirachi. Citic, you can't buy event tickets anymore. I'm not sure what event tickets you're talking about. I think Paolo has the best luck with Meal. Maybe. My opponent just discarded a Salamence and 2 Executes. Oh, so he's trying to... My opponent is trying to land the Flygon and the Salamence, but I'm never going to take KO, so it actually doesn't matter. You may have her discard until he or she has 4 cards left. So his plan is to have you discard until 4 and then shuffle them? Okay. I mean, it's a plan, I guess. Imagine if he whiffs the Zorak here. That would be insane. Zorua, Ditto, Ultra Ball. Doesn't even use the Executes. It's like, man, why did you discard the Executes then? Like, the Floatstone could have been useful. Let's hope we can punish that. We only have 1 Counter Catcher left though, but it would be cool to punish that. Okay, now he remembers the propagation. Event tickets on Pokemon Training Card Game Online. I honestly have no idea. Opponents devouring themselves. Indeed. File Compressor, aka Durant, Devour for 3, right? Okay, so that's gonna be the second TCE. Definitely want to do this. For that, definitely want a Mew here. And then definitely want a Rescue Stretcher because my first Devour was a bit underwhelming just for 2 cards. And then I'm honestly gonna Juniper here. Just I want to see more cards than the Cynthia would give me, and I would be putting the Flagrant back. Okay, perfect. The Counter Catcher is nice, and we get the double balls in order to get a 4 card Durant. So the Counter Catcher is kind of useless. Well, it's not useless. It forces a Zorak and a DCE rather than just a DCE to attack. So do I Counter Catcher now or do I wait for a more crucial spot? I feel like I should wait. If I had 2, I would definitely use 1 right now, but I feel like I should wait. We don't hit Ooh, the Muk could have been annoying because it stops our Mew. Acerola is not important. Like, we hit 4 whatever cards, the Choice Band, the Muk, the Acerola, and the Zorua. There's the other Zoroark, so if I'd used Counter Catcher on Ditto or Zorua, he would have just evolved and it would have been 1 Counter Catcher short and then in a much worse situation. Quality testing indeed, Sir Bandage. So now we see the double propagation. Did he literally double propagate to double trade? Please don't tell me you did that. Oh, there's a special charge. That's super annoying. Why would you propagate first and then special charge though? Is he going to Colress? Is he going to bench them on Colress? No. Okay, so here's the thing. Sure, you can propagate trade, and that's okay to do. But you really don't want to do that because there might be a situation in which you want to thin a different card, right? So that's why you only propagate once, trade, and then propagate again, trade, because you might draw something that you don't want to trade, or that you do want to trade rather. Therefore, you're thinning. Probably not against a mill deck, but like in general, it's a good habit to have, if you will. Okay. Sure, I'll get rid of my Mew, that's fine. Did you whiff the DCE? Please tell me you whiffed the DCE. Do you think it's needed to play Machoke in Lost Margin Standard? No, I don't think so. I mean... Ooh, the Delinquent is annoying. Definitely this, definitely this. And I feel like the Life Dew has to go. Right? Life Dew is kind of like Stretcher, except not really. Losing the Enhanced Hammer is harsh. Okay, but he whiffed a DCE, that's fine. There's 4 juicy DCEs in the deck for us to mill, I guess. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Cynthia. The Nest Ball is valuable. Well, no, the Nest Ball is actually not valuable. I should thin that. Losing that, I've lost. I don't have any more Enhanced Hammers left, and I only used 1. That could be an issue. And not getting an energy here is also potentially an issue. So let's go ahead and Trick Shovel. That means we devour for 5. I'll definitely get rid of the Zoroark. That is the 4th Zoroark. So now our Counter Catcher makes a lot of sense. I mean, I'll grab this, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. And then we'll just devour 2 DCs, please. Wow, 4 useless cards again for my opponent. So he's not in a terrible spot anymore. Because now his deck is 15 cards, of which presumably 4 are DCEs. And I'm out of Enhanced Hammers. Right, so that's the main thing, that I am out of Enhanced Hammers. I assume he has at least 1 N left. Yeah, he definitely has 4 Secrets left to replenish his deck. So 5 turns of 4 card devours is what we need to do here. Do I have any Skull Grunts? No, I do not have any Skull Grunts. I only have Handiworks. This is what's costly though. The 4 Enhanced Hammers is the big deal. Because we only got to use 1. The other 3 were wasted off of the turn 1 Juniper and then the Delinquent that my opponent pulled off out of the blue. Fails the Ultra Ball. So I guess he was like, where are my DCEs? Has he traded? Twice? Okay, that was the second trade, I guess. There's no way he whips DCE, right? There's no way. Maybe he priced 2 DCEs. I'd assume at least 1 DCE is priced. Based on how my opponent has it. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. These 4 DCs or decks are just free wins. Not necessarily, right? Not when they still have all 4 DCs and you have the 4 enhanced hammers still left. Versus Seeker. That's good. Ugh, are you really going to delinquent me again, man? Okay. So, I mean, N could be a way to have him draw more cards next turn. Oh, depending on what he has in his hand. Wow, he whiffed. That is huge. Okay, so we definitely attack the deck now. There's the lands that my opponent so desperately wanted to pull off. And there's the Devour. Okay, so there's a TCE. There's a Size Result. My opponent literally has every Pokemon in here. He has 4 cards left though, so he needs to end. He can't delinquent. He can't be cute and delinquent. Well, he could, I guess. He could, but then he risks me top decking a Metal Energy. We'll see. Delinquent would be annoying for sure. Maybe that was too greedy on my part. Maybe I should have just end to protect myself from the Delinquent, which my opponent has very happily used every other turn. Alex, Archie's went really well. I made a big mistake in one of the games where I forgot I hadn't discarded a Blastoise already against Revenant, so I ended up losing that game. Okay, so now he has to end, right? Now he has to end. Or Cynthia, or Colress, or something. It's an interesting deck. 4 peaking red cards plus the Salamence plus the Flygon I feel like is a bit too much, but hey, have at it. Have at it. My dog is doing something because I hear something in the background, so give me 1 second. I kinda caught her going through the rubbish trying to get some food, weren't you? She's super sneaky. Okay, so all I need is a Metal Energy to win, right? All I need is a Metal Energy in order to win. Therefore, there's no Pokemon I can thin. I have 4 energy left. So, okay, I honestly... what I'm going to do is I'm going to thin my own deck. I am actually going to thin my own deck. Yeah, let's get rid of the N. And then let's go ahead and grab this guy. And now I have 4 energy left and I have 11 cards. Unless the bottom 4 cards of my deck are energy, I have 1, right? And I in fact get all 4 energy, so that is going to be the game. That is going to be the game. Yeah, this girl, such a mischief, right? Such a mischief. Wait. Okay, so one more game with Durant. Let's do that. GG. We haven't played the matchup since the ban. Fava is a problem too, indeed. I mean, it's all about finding energy, right? And getting the right combination of Pokemon, like of draw versus top decking versus conserving resources. It's like, it's a big mix. It's a big mix, yeah? And hello, We need a good trainer's mail here. My opponent sends us a heart and a hello, but I feel like those hearts are just going to be broken hearts after he sees what we are playing. We do get to go first though. We need this trainer's mail to be huge. Or we can top deck the Juniper. That also helps. That definitely also helps. So it is turn 1. I cannot devour. We haven't priced a Durant either, which is actually really useful. Right, so let's go ahead and take a peek at the Scoop Up Cyclone. That's awesome. That is awesome to see. We don't care about the detect. I definitely want to just Juniper. We lose a counter catcher, which could be important. The Lucario GX only gets 1 turn of burst though, which is great. I'm just gonna go ahead and thin my whole deck out of basics. We might end up losing another Versus Seeker, which could come into play at some point. But for now, we literally could not have asked for a better turn 1. Well, we could have. We could have not discarded that Versus Seeker on turn 1. And gosh, Juniper is such a good card. Like, the discards hurt, and having played Standard so much where you just don't discard stuff, it certainly, like, it feels wrong to be discarding so much with the Juniper or the Sycamore, but it's such a good card. It's the best supporter we have by far. By far. Okay. Why didn't you change the cards for the full art and secret rares, Luis? Because I forgot. I forgot, and I don't want to interrupt the video to do that because it can be a slightly tedious process. Okay, so my opponent does go for the detect. Obviously, we are not worried about that. I'm gonna go ahead and attach the Mew. Attacking with Mew means I have to worry less about finding rescue stretchers. Gliding could be good. Team Rocket's Handiwork could be good as our supporter for the turn. I'm not too scared of Delinquent in a Lucario deck. So let's go ahead and waste a turn with the Team Rocket's Handiwork. Josh, how old is my puppy? I got her, we adopted her a little bit over 2 months ago. So I've only had her for a little bit over 2 months. But she's supposedly 3 years old. Yeah. Juniper's in a weird spot right now. Zoro being the best deck, it can't afford discarding its huge hand, so it doesn't play Juniper. But actually the Zoro deck that won the last regional, the expanded Zoro deck that won the last regional, definitely had a Sycamore in there. So I would argue that there is a spot for Sycamore in those sort of decks. There definitely is a spot for Sycamore in those sort of decks. Of course, if your hand is huge, then you probably have all you need, so you don't need to Sycamore. But in the early game especially, getting Sycamore off or pulling off Sycamore is actually really important. So what did I discard? Maybe the Kuzma was an important card I discarded. The energy here is annoying. We would love a Team Fleur Grunt off of this Trainer's Mail, but that's not going to happen. The Rescue Stretcher is nice though, so we get 4 cards off of the Devour. A Team Fleur Grunt would have been the best because then we would have had a turn where my opponent doesn't get a knockout, or maybe whiffs a knockout, right? Okay, so we get double Enhanced Hammer, still not good enough. I feel like I should burn the level ball, right? And let's just Devour. So now it's the clock game, right? It's, can my opponent take 5 prizes before I mail his whole deck? That is what's going on here. Oranguru coming in hot indeed. You think you still want to attack with Durant since just stronger Diancie can kill a Mew? Yes, but now he already has 2 energy, so it's probably irrelevant. But yes, Serpentish, that would be correct. Strong plus Diancie Is a KO on Durant just as strong or just as dancy? Is a KO on the Mew? Where we are at right now, it might be worth it. Yeah, it might be worth it to attack with Durant. It might be worth it. Now the Ranguru in there is annoying. Right, the Ranguru in there is annoying. Let's definitely do this. Let's definitely burn the Nest Ball. Because if I counter Catcher or Ranguru, then he just puts back cards. Right? And if I counter Catcher their Riolu, there's 2 Korinas gone, 3 Ultra Balls gone, no versus Seekers in sight. Yeah, because the Auxiliary already has a Float Stone, so. Okay, so we get a Metal Energy. Let's burn this as well. My opponent could just Kuzma, right? But let's go ahead and do this. And let's Devour. Did you ever consider Articuno GX? Not in this deck, no. Cynthia, Floatstone, the energy is good, the Karina is good. Like these 3 cards, the Floatstone, the energy, and the Karina are great cards to have milled here. Maybe Lysander Labs could be good in this deck. Yeah, Lysander Labs could potentially be good. We're gonna see a Verseeker for a Kuzma. That's rough. And had the strong energy as well. So yeah, we're gonna lose a Durant. Combining Flare Grunt plus Enhanced Hammer could be really good as well. If we were ever able to pull that off, that would be a really cool or a really important combination. Do I have an Enhanced Hammer prize? I do. I do, so... Oh no, I can't Gladian for the Enhanced Hammer. Never mind. Ugh. This is annoying though. I can't Gladian and Team Flare Grunt. And thanks so much for the follow, Fatty Fets. Okay, so this is coming down to the wire. I feel like I should conserve the Enhanced Hammer. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's take a look at the opponent's deck. Getting rid of the Versus Seeker is nice. Let's go ahead and Trainer's Mail. Ugh. No. Okay, now I'm gonna have to grab this. No Rescue Stretcher. Yeah, I have to use that. And then Devour. We need my opponent to not have an energy. And we got rid of Focus Ash, Lucario GX, and N. And kinda good. There's the Octillery. There's the energy. So perfect and for my opponent. Perfect, perfect, and for my opponent. We need a 4-turn Devour next turn, and we need the Life Dew to come into play really importantly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We haven't hit too many energy so far. So definitely not going to end anymore. I feel like I should burn this. Never mind. Let's burn that. We have 2 Rescue Stretchers only in the deck. There it is. Okay. So I want to put back the Muse. I mean, does it matter? It could matter. It could matter. And then let's Nest Ball. Put the Durant. And let's go ahead and Devour. Focus Ashes, Octilleries, useless cards. The Stretcher, the Regirock, the Focus Ash, and the Octillery. The Stretcher is potentially good. I don't think we're gonna win this game though. I don't think we're gonna win this game. My opponent has 2 Ents and 2 Verseekers, presumably still has and has a Field Blower for the Life Dew. Well, that's 100% game. That is 100% game. We cannot stop the last prize card. We have no way to bring up something else. So that is going to be the game. Well, we need double heads. We need double heads on Handiwork to win. Oh, so close, so close, so close. We need double heads or the or the life due to stick. Darn it. Oh, so close. So close. Double heads is what we needed. Double heads is what we needed. Oh well, we tried, right? We tried. Never lucky. It's fine. So yeah, Durant, potentially good. I don't know. It munched on a lot of cards and a lot of M&Ms. So yeah, that will be all for Durant, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. And if you're watching live with me on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We still have puzzle to go through for today. So don't go anywhere, guys. I will be right